This happened a long time ago, back in the summer of 2006, when me and my sister went with our church youth group to the mountains that surround Fresno, California, to spend 1 week at the Hume Lake Christian Camps up there. I won't be giving out any other names other than the name of the summer camp I just mentioned, since I'd rather keep those other things private for personal reasons. Anyway, that week of August at the camp was just like any other week. We were all having fun with people our own age, getting into mischief that most teenagers get into when they are up at a summer camp and away from mom and dad. And overall, having a good time and maybe learning a few important life lessons and experiences along the way. But near the end of our week there at Hume Lake, something disturbing happened in the cabin that my sister and the other girls in our church youth group were staying in. It's an event that has shocked me to the core and caused me to become a bit overprotective of my sister up until she graduated high school in 2008. I'm telling this story through what I remember my sister telling me all those years ago, so there might be some inconsistencies throughout this retelling, but here's what happened. On our final night up there at the camp, everyone was pretty much sleeping the night away since the final camp activities of the day had left everyone tired and worn out. But from what my sister remembers, at some point during the night, probably at around 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, she was woken up by the sound of the cabin door opening and someone stepped inside the cabin. At first, she thought it was one of the other girls coming back from the bathrooms, since the cabins did not have any bathrooms in them at the time. But when she didn't hear the sounds of whoever entered the cabin closing the door behind them, or the sounds of someone getting back into bed, she decided to take a look at whoever it was that came into the cabin. And in her tired, drowsy state, my sister saw what looked like a male figure standing in the center of the cabin. She couldn't make out any distinguishing features that would tell her who this person was. But one thing was for certain: whoever this person was terrified her, and it certainly was not any of the girls that she knew, nor was it the female cabin counselor that had been assigned to her cabin at the beginning of the week. From what she remembers, my sister saw this person just standing in the center of the room, looking around at the girls who were asleep in their beds, until after a few minutes, they turned around and walked out of the cabin, closing the door behind them. The next morning, my sister told all of us the strange experience she had that night. And to the equal surprise and shock of everyone else, several of the other girls also mentioned seeing the strange figure that had entered their cabin that night. I don't know if this event was ever reported to the camp's owners or to the authorities, as we all pretty much packed up our things and headed back home. And as far as I know, this incident was probably swept under the rug, along with God knows how many other similar incidents that might have occurred up there at that camp. But the most bizarre thing about this whole incident is that in August of 2005, a man went missing on the hiking trails that are near the Hume Lake Christian Camps. And a lot of people were desperate to find him and bring him back home, because he apparently had some sort of mental issues that required special prescription drugs to deal with, and he did not take any of them on his hike when he disappeared. And this missing person event occurred on the same week that we were camping up there at Hume Lake in 2005. So by the time August of 2006 rolled around, no one knew if that missing hiker had ever been found. And even if you try to do a Google search about the event today, nothing comes up about it. No news articles, no police reports, no archived web pages, nothing. Was this missing man with mental issues somehow related to what my sister experienced in her cabin? Maybe. Does it make any sense? Not really. Does that missing man have anything to do with the other list of dozens and dozens of people who have gone missing in the mountains and in the forests of North America? I honestly don't know. All I can say is, if you are a parent, be wary of the location that you send your kids to if they want to go on a summer camping trip with their church, their youth group, their friends, or whatever. And if something seems even a little bit off about the whole thing, you might want to stick with going on a week-long family vacation to Disneyland instead.